Hello. Let me ask you something right out of the gate, and I want you to answer this honestly, even if it's just in your own heart. Have you ever looked around your life after 50 and thought, how in the world did this happen? How'd I end up here? Not just disappointed or tired, but flat out broke, busted, and disgusted. Well, that's where I used to be. And if that's where you are right now, I need you to stay with me, not just because I've got some polished psychological version of hope to sell you, but because I've lived this out. I've been to the bottom more than once over my lifetime, and through the grace of God, I'm still standing. Hitting rock bottom after 50 is a lot different than when you're younger. When you're younger, it seems like you've got a lot of time left and it's not such an urgency. But after 50, the narrative in your mind starts to change to, oh, it's urgent and you should have known better by now, or you don't get many more do-overs at this stage of life. Get ready because this is just how it's going to be for you. You've made your bed, now you're going to have to lie in it. Well, I'm here to tell you that voice that I was just talking about, that's a liar. I didn't hit rock bottom once. I hit it a few different times. I hit it financially when I quit my job after 21 years, and I thought I needed to move to Florida to chase some kind of pipe dream, which I guess you could actually call a midlife crisis. And I hit it emotionally when sickness, disease, and death ravaged my family. I walked through the pain of watching my aunt die of a liver disease way too early. Then I walked through COVID with my grandma in a nursing home that shut down visitation. And so I had to visit her through a window and have her pulled out of her bed and brought to the window in her pain so that I could just ease my own mind that she was doing okay. And of course, she had no understanding of what was going on at the time. Wretched, wretched time of my life. Then I had to walk through the horrid disease of Alzheimer's with my sisters as we watched it slowly take our mother from us over a course of several years. I was her POA, and I had the responsibility of making decisions on her behalf that ultimately divided my family. I couldn't make everyone happy no matter how much I tried. Then I hit rock bottom relationally with people that I once really loved. I think most of that was because it was easier for me just to push them away than to watch them die someday too. So then, of course, during all of this, I questioned God, and I hit rock bottom spiritually too. Where was God in all of this pain and suffering? I thought he had said that he'd never leave or forsake me, but it sure felt like I was forsaken. If you understand what I'm saying and are walking through seasons like this in your own life, I want you to know that God has not left you, and he did not leave me. He is walking with you through these difficult times, even if you can't see it right now. Psalm 34:19 in the New King James Version says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Not some, not a few, not the manageable ones, but all of their afflictions." Hitting rock bottom doesn't mean that God has left you. I found out that it often means he's about to rebuild you. He's doing the work in you. He's refining you. He's teaching you to trust in him and not lean on your own understanding. He's teaching you that he alone is the firm foundation that cannot be moved. And he's teaching you that he is strong where you are weak. He is your rock and your strong tower, and he is mine. For me, rock bottom stripped away everything I had used to define myself. I had put my trust in my job and financial security. I had forgotten who I was and what I believed because I had listened to lies about my identity and relationships and other things in my life. And I thought the pain and the grief I was experiencing would just somehow go away if I just changed my location and moved to Florida. Well, that didn't happen. The pain packed its bags and went right along with me, all the way to Florida and all the way back. My life had grown so predictable. I would work, sleep, eat, argue at home, show up for church and ministry with my happy face on, and wash and repeat. And even my confidence in my own judgment started to waver. I felt like I couldn't make a good decision and my life depended on it anymore. And when all of that was gone, I was left with one terrifying question. Who the heck am I? That's the moment where most women panic, and that's the moment where fear gets really loud. That's the moment you find yourself at a crossroads in life, looking in the mirror, and you have to make a decision. That's the moment we either give up or we stand up. Through the strength of God in me, I chose the latter. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Notice what God doesn't say. He doesn't say the wilderness will be easy. He doesn't say the desert won't feel dry. He says he will do a new thing. He says he'll make a way through it. Starting over at 50 isn't about looking backward with sorrow and regret. It's about letting God rebuild as we go forward, differently than before. And here's the part that no one really tells you. Grief is actually a part of the process. You're not just grieving the losses that you've experienced, but you're grieving the life that you thought you'd have by now. The retirement that you had planned, the marriage you expected to last, the financial security that you worked so hard for your whole life, and even the peace that you assume just naturally comes with age. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." Some seasons end without our permission. Sometimes they take us by surprise, but that doesn't mean they ended without purpose. You see, Romans 8:28 tells us that God works all things together for those who love God and are called according to his purposes. He will always work all things out for those who love him and place their trust in him. So if what I'm saying is resonating with you, and this feels like someone finally put words to what you're going through, would you please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel? This space exists for women like you and me, and YouTube only shares it when you engage somehow, whether it's liking or subscribing or commenting. So go ahead and leave me a comment too, though, and let me know if this resonates with you. I'd like to hear from you. And if you know any other women who are going through something similar right now, please share this with her too. She needs hope too. So now let me be very clear, because I don't sugarcoat this. Starting over is a process that begins with a decision that you must make. And it doesn't happen all at once, but it can absolutely happen. That's what I want you to hear. It's not too late to start over, even if it's your second, third, fourth, fifth time. You can either give up or you can stand up. It's your decision, but I hope that you will continue to stand. Sometimes starting over is just simply sitting on the edge of your bed asking God for the strength to get through this particular day. And I've done that multiple times. Sometimes it looks like admitting you don't even know how to fix this anymore. Yep, I've been there too. Sometimes it looks like rebuilding finances from scratch, one dime at a time. Because sometimes that's all you have to rub together, 2 dimes. But it can be done. Sometimes it looks like learning who you are without the roles which you used to identify with. And I'm going to tell you something. Your identity is not in what you do or used to do. Your identity is in Jesus Christ alone. You are who he says you are. That's your true identity. You can read all about that in the book that he left you. It's called the Bible. So rock bottom can become holy ground when we stop fighting ourselves and start listening to God's voice and direction. When we take our hands off the wheel of our lives and let God lead, and things seem to change. When I finally stopped asking, why did this happen to me, and started asking, God, who are you forming me to be? Everything shifted. And that's why Light Unshaken exists. Not because I figured it all out, because I have not, but because I refuse to let rock bottom be the end of my story. I continue to choose to rise again, to keep taking steps forward, even if I'm scared and I'm over 55. Or even if I'm unsure, but I am willing to try. So if you're in that early rebuilding phase after being overwhelmed or exhausted or unsure where to even start, I actually created something for you, and it's free. It's a 5-day midlife reset. And it's just a gentle, encouraging, and just a practical little guide. There's no pressure. It's just small steps to help you breathe again and hopefully hear God clearly in the middle of the mess. So I will link this below in the description, and I hope that it blesses you. So let me leave you with this, and I want you to think about this, because Zechariah 9:12 says, "Return to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope. Even today I declare that I will restore double to you." Prisoners of hope. That's what we are. We are prisoners of hope. And I am so thankful to have hope, aren't you? Even when life has taken everything else, hope is still holding on to us, and we're still holding on to it. So tighten your grip on it. You're not defeated. Decide to stand and press into God's plan for your life. Ask him to lead you and decide to follow him. This video is just the beginning of the series. In the next video, we're going to talk about what to do when fear, regret, and shame try to talk you out of starting over again, and how to silence those voices without pretending that they aren't there. So stay with me and subscribe if you haven't. And remember this, rock bottom is not where your story ends. It's where God restores you to begin again. Okay? God has a plan and a purpose for you. You're not too late. It's not unfixable. And you're one decision away from rising again. I believe you can do it, and we can do it together. So stay encouraged, and together we will be the light unshaken. All right? Amen. Thank you.